Shaw Grigsby being one of those guys, catching almost 30 pounds yesterday. And we're going to get to some questions out here in the audience just for a second, very specific for these guys. But we do have, for one of the millions out there watching on Bassmaster.com, if y'all are not members or fans of the Bass Facebook page, you need to find us on Facebook, become a fan, because there are a lot of really cool benefits to being a fan of our Facebook page. One of them is you get to ask these guys questions before anybody else. So let me give y'all a question from a Facebook fan. And let's go to Dean Rojas. Dean, I know I have bedfished with you in the past, same boat, and you have eyes like a hawk. So this is a very, very good. Let me ask you this question. Tom Murphy from Facebook says, do you think there is an ethics issue with bedfishing during tournaments?
Do I think there's an ethics in tournament fishing? You know, I guess that's something that can be. You have both sides of the argument on that. But you know, it's amazing because as much as we bedfish throughout the whole country, and some of the lakes that we go to, where you would think that if it's a full-blown sight fishing tournament where everybody's catching some sight fishing, you would think that it would be so detrimental to the lake that it would just be, you know, out of fish. But it's contrary to that, because we keep going back there year after year after year, and it just seems like they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Guntersville is a perfect example of that. I mean, I can remember going sight fishing there, and everybody's catching them on the beds, and a lot of them are, you know, getting taken home also. But you look at Guntersville, it's got to be in the top 5 right now in the whole country. So, and then when you have lakes where maybe the bass population isn't as high, yeah, you know, there could be some negative things towards that too. But I think that in the long run, if you were to talk to a Department of Fish and Game, an actual biologist about that, all it takes is for an area is maybe 1 or 2 successful spawns. You know, and there's thousands of fish out there, and all they need is a couple, you know, to reproduce. And we're not going to catch all of them. Some of them, they just don't want to bite, you know. And there are times where they're just so skittish, but they're just doing their job and guarding the nest. And next thing you know, you got a hatch of a little bass swimming around. So we saw a lot of that this week. And but I don't think it's detrimental. I think it's a legal technique that we use here on the Bassmaster Elite Series trail that has been going on since the birth of professional bass fishing, and I don't foresee it changing. I think it's a great way, it's an exciting way to fish.
Yep, I agree. And I tell you what, let's go ahead, and anybody out here in the audience